Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Ogris build. So this is a rocket launcher. I'm actually going to be using Nyx with this build because when I use my 4, I can actually shoot my weapon while I'm in the 4 and I'm invincible. So I'm not going to kill myself if I use this weapon. Which this is something that you have to be really worried about when you're using the Ogris, is you will kill yourself if you shoot at the floor. So don't try this unless you have a Nyx. But I'm going to show you the build here. What I'm using here is Serration. So for damage, I use that. I'm split chamber for multi-shot. I got Malignant Force. I always screwed up that name. I don't know why. It's so hard for me to say it. Malignant Force for toxic, and then Thermite Rounds for heat. So these are both given status chance. So that got me up to 93% on status, which is excellent. That's going to be pretty much every single time is going to be always status happening. So you're always going to get that gas damage, which I went with gas damage on this build because when you initially hit them, it'll do that big burst of gas damage, and then it also starts ticking over time. So you'll see the gas just happening over time. So this happens also with that fire blast damage that's going on. So this is going to be really important, is getting the Night Watch Napalm mod. So this makes it so that when you shoot it, it's actually going to explode, and then there's going to be like a little fire aura that's just going to sit there and just repeatedly just burn everybody. It inflicts 30% of the damage over 6 seconds of that area. So it actually is even wider if you use Firestorm on top of that. So definitely it's worth it to have Firestorm in this build because the aura is just going to be so big, and also when you blast, the blast radius is going to be huge too. So this is just destroys everything in sight. So I went with a lot of status damage on here. So we got Malignant Force. I said it right that time. Thermite Rounds, and then we got Hellfire. I only put it to 4 points because I don't have enough polarity or capacity to fit that in there. I mean, if you want to throw another Forma, I already did 4 Forma in here, so I just didn't want to do anymore. But if you want to throw another Forma, you can bump that up to 1 more point. And I'm also using Infected Clips. So these are all synergizing together right here, all 4 of these. And that's pretty much the build. It's very simple. It's based fully on gas damage, which if you look at the damage over here, gas base is doing 10k. So that's really good. And then also doing blast damage, which is 3,500. So that's really good. You're not going to be critting, so don't worry about crits. And it's all going to be about status. So that's why I went with the gas damage. But let's take it out into the field so you can see exactly what it's like. Alright, so I just made it into the mission. This is Huracan on Pluto. So this is an excavator mission. So right away you're going to notice, you know, I go into bubble mode and I'm invincible. So I can just shoot at the ground like this. And you see there is like this big aura that's just sitting on the ground. That's going to be sitting for about 6 seconds. And when that's ticking off, it's going to be doing 30% of the damage that you normally do with the weapon over time. So anything that walks into that path is just going to instantly get obliterated. So this thing does extreme damage. Like, this thing is really sick. Watch, you'll notice like just the initial hit does a ton of damage, and then it's sitting on the ground, anything that just passes through it is going to get obliterated. And you can actually stack this all over the place. So if you wanted to throw a bunch of them right here on the objective, you can, and that would just instantly just destroy everything. So yeah, the damage is really sick. But you gotta be real careful because it's really sick towards you too. So if you shoot it at the ground, you will kill yourself. It's like guaranteed. There's really no class that I know that could survive it other than maybe my Gara can survive it. Maybe 1 hit. And also maybe Mesa. But there are a few others that have invincibility type powers. Like maybe Wukong or something. But yeah, I mean, you gotta be really careful if you're playing anything but like Nyx, for example. Nyx is the easiest because I could just shoot at the ground all day. Well, I don't know why there's no mobs coming though. I don't know what this is about. I was really hoping that I would go into an excavator mission, there would be like a ton of mobs, but not in this case. They decided to not come around. But you see, the damage is just ridiculous. Like, when it blows up initially, if you shoot it right at them, it'll do like fucking 20,000 damage right there. And then over time, since that thing is sitting on the ground, it's just going to be completely obliterating. So if they survived it for some reason, the gas damage and also the heat damage is just gonna destroy them. So yeah, it's really, really awesome. Okay, here we go. We got some kind of, I don't know, invasion going on. So let's see what we do towards that. Watch this shit. I hope they spawn right here. Where are they at? I don't see them. They're not around. I don't know, this guy like ran off with them or something. Ooh, 16,800 on that gas crit right there. See, and it's not really gonna gas. It's not really gonna crit that much. Ah, somebody wiped it out, and I didn't even get to see it. That's lame. Well, I guess that just kind of ruins that test. But yeah, the crit chance is extremely low. It's only at 9%, so you're not gonna see it happen. Not unless like, I don't know, you bump it up a little bit, but you're not gonna really get it by much. That's why I wouldn't recommend putting any kind of crit on this weapon, because it's really pointless. But yeah, it's pretty much a status weapon, so it's always gonna do that gas damage pretty much every single time. So you're gonna see that happening. But then also these flames, you see it all over the place. You could just shoot it at the ground multiple times and you'll see it. Look, you see, it's just kind of all over burning. So it's double burning right there. That shit is just sick. So yeah, this thing does crazy fucking damage. So it's definitely worth getting, especially if you're playing as a Nyx class, because Nyx doesn't really have any kind of damaging abilities in her tray. Like, she doesn't have any actual damaging abilities, so it's really awesome to have a weapon like this on her. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.